everybody, welcome to my YouTube. I'm Jen. Today I am creating a project that I actually received a mystery box from Darkest Ravens Designs. I will link that here. I posted the mystery box separate, and here I am making the creation that she has challenged me to make. The challenge was a nautical beach sea type project. So I have decided to try to use only the items that she has provided to me, other than gesso and gel medium. So I'm using the napkins to add some texture, add the border here. The napkins actually have a pretty cool seashell design on them that I really liked, so I thought I would try to use that. And I do want to tuck this in just a little bit so that you won't see it. I'm going to put, this is basically a reverse canvas, so it's the back side of the canvas, but it's more to give it some dimension. So this will be what's framing the picture that I'll be creating here shortly. And this napkin, the scenery, whatever, is pretty big pattern. So I wasn't aware at the time, but it actually is a little bit hard to tell on the final piece that it is a seashell. So I will add a little extra seashell here in the corner just to try to help that along. At the end, it really doesn't matter, but I wanted to maybe see a little bit more of that seashell theme than we actually do, but that's okay. And I'm just going to glue it here on the back because it's just hanging on my wall anyway, so it doesn't really matter what's on the back. And instead of cutting it off and risking it fraying while it's drying, I'll just I'll just glue it to the back. So here, let's go ahead and add on the other side. I am just going to frame it so that all four sides look the same or have the same seashell pattern. Although it'll be different, it'll be the same, from the same napkin. There we go. And Chantel did send me this huge package, and I do end up I will end up making so many projects with this that it's ridiculous, but I wanted to take her challenge first, and the challenge was absolutely to do this beach sea nautical type creation. So here I am still working on that. A little bit of gel medium to stick down the napkin. And tucking that right in. Yeah, the amount of stuff she sent me. And this cute little koala bear is just going to sit here and create with me for months. Or I don't even know if he'll ever leave. He is still sitting here at my desk. Days later, so I definitely love him. He is adorable. So now I'm going to start working on the inside. I'm going to add a wood panel to the background. It is smaller than the frame or the picture, but I'm not worried about it. Here I'm cutting out a little starfish to stick on the end just to see if I could get a little more of that seashell star type theme going on the frame. And I'm going to use another one of her napkins that she sent me, and this one has a boat. And the best thing about napkins is once you put it on here, you can barely see the edges. So it kind of just blends in with the background. And if you put paints on it, things like that, it definitely has this cool effect, which is why I really like napkins, which you'll see in a few of my projects that I've either posted or will soon post, that I definitely like to use napkins. So just going through some of the little bits and bobs that she sent me to see what else I want to use, if anything. I really like this frame, so I think what I'm going to do is white out the background just a little bit so you don't see the wood too much. And then I'm going to put an anchor behind it. So we're going to try to nautical up, or what's it called? Do like a little whitewash to age up the frame a little bit here. I end up doing a lot more later, but for now we'll just have a start. Now I'm getting that anchor ready to put behind the frame, and I really like the idea of having the frame popped out so that it doesn't touch it. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to get everything dry now and add some more white, kind of I don't know, country chic it up or nautical it up, so to speak. So I will get that all nice and white. And it does push back the brightness and how harsh the orange was. I'm not a big orange person, but I really like the seashells. I wanted to still see them. But it pushes it back and it kind of blends everything together a little bit. So I use gesso a lot. So now I have this little hat and bow that is definitely a beach theme. So I'm just trying to see what pieces I want to use as much as possible. Obviously not everything, because if you saw the unboxing, she sent me so much stuff. But I want to see what fits and what doesn't. The butterflies really don't fit. And then I had a great idea of what to do with the lace. The lace is going to be kind of a net, like a fishing net, with some seashells and some pearls in it. But I think I need to actually paint my background first. So let's try that instead before any of this dries. Let's get that background painted. So I'm going to use, she sent some paints, red, blue, red and blue, and she also sent this paint thinner stuff that actually is really cool. It's kind of liquid. It helps the movement of the paint a lot better. Allows me to do some more drip action, and also just helps the flow. Yeah, drip action flow helps the flow of the paint. So I really like that. But it can also be used, if you saw, I was using it to glue down the napkins. It's really good adhesive qualities in it for napkins. So I use that also. Now we're just going to color, add a little bit of color, blend everything together a little bit. I want to make it look like there's a little bit of a wave, and just get everything colored and looking cohesive, so it doesn't look like two separate things. So it looks like just one cohesive design. And after that, let that dry a little bit, and now we're going to add in that net, get that net dry. So the net's going to have seashells and pearls in it that she included in the box. They were the perfect size. Everything she sent was amazing for this project. So I'm going to just tuck this in, try to get it glued down nice, glue to the back as well. Get that dried a little bit so it doesn't end up sticking to my table. And then we'll get those pearls and seashells put in here, just to add some interest and use some more of the 3D elements. I think this frame's going to look good here, and these flowers, they're a little too new, so I'll have to antique those up a little bit too, or grunge them up, but we'll get that. Here's the seashells. We're going to add a little extra on the other side. And maybe a little bit on the frame for a background. There's also some rope in here that I will add here in a little bit. Sorry I got off frame here, but I'm going to add a little bit of paint just to knock that frame back a little bit so it's not such a harsh white. So I added both blue and red and a little bit of white to antique it up a little bit. I know I'm using that word wrong. There's something else I'm doing, trying to make it a little older. And then I'll get these glued down. I am using gel medium because it's thick, or it's like a 3D or heavy body gel medium, to get these to actually stick inside that net. Which she actually told me the lace was from her wedding. She used it to wrap around the chairs. So it's pretty cool that I get to use a little piece of her history in my project. So that's really cool to use. And these flowers are perfect. I will get those up here and add some, and the hat and the bow. And I want to add a little bit to those flowers. So let's get some seashells up there and some pearls. A little bit here in the bottom corner. I was trying to see if I could use this bow. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not there. Let's add some pearls. gluing down the flowers, and I'm just not thinking that bow is gonna work. So let's get a couple seashells in there and take that bow off. There we go, that's better. I'm liking it. I like the little addition of the seashells and the flowers. It definitely gives it a nautical feel. I like these butterflies that she gave me, but I think they might be a little too big, a little too out of place. So how about this nesting material? Nope. Let's see, what else can we add? I'm gonna add a saying, also from the napkins. It just says sailing away. And then I'll use that flow gel medium to the thinning medium to also attach that word. And you can see how the napkin behind it basically just melts away. You can barely see it. I love that effect with these napkins. She sent some beautiful napkins in this box, so I can't wait to use some more of them as well. I'm going to add just a little bit more color. First we'll add some white just to knock some stuff back a little bit, give it a more vintagey feeling, nautical feeling, and get that all evened out a little bit. And then probably add some color. I think it needs a little bit more color, maybe a couple drips here or there. Let's see. How about we add, here we go, let's add some red, thin that out a little bit, add some red and blue drips down the sides, and then just a little bit in the middle and on the frame. Sorry, I got off frame a little bit there. So we'll get those drips in there just to give it a little bit more interest. Using water to make it actually flow a little bit better. If you're not familiar with doing the drips, that just is to make it actually go down. And now I'm going to add some splashes after I get this dried a little bit. There we go. So with the splashes, I decide to go with red and blue, as well as adding a little bit of white, which I will use gel or gesso, white gesso, and mix that with some white. I also wanted to add, she did send a rope, so I wanted to add rope because that's very nautical, do a knot, as well as some seashells, which were perfect size, perfect everything. So I put that in here. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your favorite thing in this box was, and what else maybe I should create with it, what you thought. It is from Darkest Raven Design. I will link her below, as well as the video I created. I also have a playlist of another box that we've done together, another collaboration, so I will link that below. Definitely check out her site, her YouTube. I do have to say that she wanted to challenge me, and I do believe that she did. So I'm going to add a date. I do love the outcome. I'm going to add a date, which I'm trying to do more with more of my creations. And then let's take a look at the final piece. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.